Rita, Frode, Adam, Andras, Phyllis, and Dudu, otherwise known as Adrian. Okay.
Your head gets chopped off, so
Yeah. Well,
you should
welcome.
be more in the center.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I think they can see me, but they can't see you. So well,
They don't need to see you. They can see you.
okay.
They'll see me next Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. This is ever since we started this interactions, it's been basically full immersion. No bullshit, full immersion. We jump right in type of stuff. So it's going to continue to be that way. And we spend basically all of our time navigating in the angular world. Whatever is appropriate usually comes up because our intention is very clear, which is to be able to consistently have freed attention, to be able to grasp that freed attention, stay with it, and then to be able to modulate that freed attention. That's what we do. That's the target. And that's what we are going to reach. Well, we're already reaching it. So it's full immersion into that world. And after the videos, we had, what was it? Integration. Yeah. And then we had anchoring. And this is deepening.
Right.
And we're kind of.
Oh, there was another one.
What?
Flowering.
Oh, flowering.
Yeah.
Flowering.
Oh, surprised. It's almost the end of the year.
We're going to be flowering. Yeah. All those things, we gave them separate names, but really all those things are happening consistently at the same time. Some of the moves, some of the things we do is considered deepening, some called integration. It's all happening at the same time. This time we are going to focus on so-called deepening. Deepening is like a common denominator of all the other skills. And it makes everything else that we have done so far much, much better. So deepening is the way we grasp, use, modulate momentary reality, kinesthetically available, freed attention. So we're I'm sitting in my chair. I'm feeling my butt on the chair, squeezing it, and I squeeze the root lock, bed, suck my stomach in, sort of empower the whole system with fire. Fire, 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 pants on fire. I don't know.
No, that's liar, liar.
That's liar, liar, pants on fire. I keep my stomach sucked in, bed, and then squeeze the root lock. And welcome all the fire with loving water. And this type of water does not kill the fire. This type of watery attention really enhances the fire, making it deepen, making it deeper, better, more usable. So again, I'm squeezing root lock non-seriously. Remember, we're just having a beer or whatever. I squeeze And I catch the fire with water. And I focus on the breath. The physical location usually is a good place to focus our attention inside the body is the fourth chakra, the chest, the queen position. Let's do it again. Root lock, squeeze. Feel it going all the way to the top of the head. And welcome it, and immediately after focus on the chest. And if you know, if and when we do these simple moves properly, deep enough, it should immediately get us across the eye of the needle. I mean, we're basically doing fire, fire initiation, water initiation at the same time, and breath initiation. Fire, water, breath, flowering, haha. Immediately notice that I can modulate the depth of my attention over here. Kind of, I'm relaxed into it. So the whole body is activated, but within the activation, there are detailed components like body parts and things, which we can activate on the top of activation. So I picked out the chest. It's a wonderful starting point because we remember that one of our most important navigating facility is the magic wand, right? Ha ha ha. And I feel my chest, and I move my mouth, and I give it enough fire to spread from my chest, to spread all the way to the magic wand, to the end of my fingers. And here it spreads. So I'm just having fun. I squeeze the fire, squeeze the water, but now I'm kinesthetically driving it. Fire, water, air, everything is being driven into the magic wand. Ha ha. So we really have a good basic stand, which what we are working on is that basic stand will be anchored and deepened into our everyday reality. Unless it's used really as a context, it defaults back into content. It's a more important sentence than it seems. Unless we use context as context, it defaults back into content. Because if the default is the contrast mind, then it defaults back into that value system. And then it's immediately disempowered. When we're empowering ourselves with our proper place in the universe, which is the context, it's full empowerment. When it defaults back into content, basically we lose it all. So it's important to know that we want to deepen it, we want to anchor it, we want to use it, stay with it, always as context. We're not doing feelings of body parts just to calm the mind. The mind gets calm as a byproduct. So we're keeping it as context is very important. If not, then it's I use this metaphor sometimes. If we don't use it as context, then it's very much the same as the genie in the bottle, right? We pull the cork or whatever, and the genie comes out. Oh, thank you for freeing me, and you get 3 wishes, right? And so we keep on wishing, using it as context, and as soon as it becomes content, we're taking the genie and shoving it right back into the bottle. You go back and spend another 1,000 years, you schmuck.
You call me the genie or schmuck?
Yeah, well, no, yes, that's
Basically.
so. We jump around a little bit. We have our butt and we have the magic wand, and that in and of itself, if we do nothing else but focus on the magic wand and keep on focusing on the magic wand, then that in and of itself would be of great value. That would be the least favorable thing to do from the point of view of the contrast mind.
Too bad.
Come on, let's move on. Let's move on. You already do that. Let's do something else. Oh, look, Fro, they almost have the same shirt as me. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that. So we go really, the essence of deepening is that as we're kinesthetically moving the attentions, and of course we're moving the free attention. As we're moving them, let's say I move it let's say I move it from my chest to the shoulders. There is this very, very small gap, space, time in between the movements from A to B. I'm moving from A to B. Of course, it's a logical explanation, so it's not that good. But as we move our attention intentions from A to B, there's a little gap in between the movement. And it seems that when we say right now we focused on our shoulders, we're still very much aware of the chest, the fourth. And then we go, we sink in it. So that means that the physical explanation would be, is that we're sinking into that gap. We're sinking into that gap, sort of in between the shoulders and the chest. And you don't have to bother looking for the gap. We're just simply focusing on both targets at the same time. And by taking frequent breaks from modulating and taking frequent breaks from kinesthetically driving things. We go, ah. And my attention is on the shoulders and the chest. Leaving the attention there. Gets the feeling deeper and deeper and deeper in any or on any part of the body. It also does something really important that, as we frequently miss. In these little gaps, there is built-in wisdom, sometimes ancient wisdom. In those gaps, what we also find is like a dictionary. Dictionary meaning that if we want to read up about this knowledge, there's no book. The book of wisdom and knowledge exists also within, really. I mean, my book is a great book, but it does not replace staying in the gap, being there, and allow the universe to show me what it wants to show me. Okay. Let's do another one. For example, let's say I'm focused on my face. Chipmunks. Good, very nice chipmunks. Even Adrian has a good chipmunk. Just... And now I jump the main attention to my nose. So there is face and nose, and even God rested the seventh day. When we do deepening, we rest even more. The more we rest into a position, the deeper things become. So we have face, nose. I feel both. I'm not expecting anything. I just feel it. I breathe and sort of appreciate. Sink into it. It's every time we make a move like that, it's, oh, thank you, God. Oh, I appreciate it so much. What it does is reaffirm our personal power and reaffirm the goodness that we represent. Reaffirm abilities, reaffirm power. It's super important, of course, because navigating only the contrast world, how many times do we stop in the gap and say, hey, life is great, I appreciate it. We reaffirm a whole bunch of shit, right? Anytime there's an action in the contrast reality, we keep reaffirming usually something that's missing, something lacking, some fear. So navigating the angular world, especially in the deepening, we totally counteract it. Counteract is not even a good word because we're brushing off the contrast mind. We don't give it any attention. But is an explanation to ourselves that I'm reaffirming greatness, goodness, being a queen or a king, while I'm feeling the face and the nose. So that's reaffirming power and goodness. It's also a place of knowledge. That's how the in-between spaces are the spaces how we get more knowledge. That's what I do all the time. I stay there, sometimes all week. And stuff comes up and sort of like flowers blooming, all of a sudden it opens and releases its secret. And the gap in between these particular body parts seem to be slightly different than between other body parts. Let's say hand and forearm, right? I'm feeling my hand, kinesthetic driving attention into the forearm and staying with that really deepens, reaffirms our power a little bit differently than what was in the other areas. We accept it, we appreciate it, we love it. So we consistently reaffirm, nail down our position. This is the inheritance that we have. It's given. The only thing we're paying for it is attention. We pay, the currency is freed attention. And by staying there, we nail it down. I accept my inheritance. I accept all this power. I accept all this goodness. It's like we activate it. And deepening simply means that we, on the top of activation, we reactivate components. So we find that gap. Very much so like what I think Mozart says, that the notes are not the music, it's the gap in between, or the space in between is the music. It's very similar. We're definitely, navigation in this world is and the deepening of this navigation requires a little bit more focus and patience. Mind you, patience doesn't even have to be activated on this level. If my attention flows away from there or moves away, I just simply come back. It's kind of having many, many gold mines in the universe, in this amazing universe. And I'm exploring all those gold mines. Or we can say one is a gold mine, then it's a mine mining rubies and diamonds and platinum and uranium. It's okay as long as you don't give it to the Russians. So we're mining this amazing field. We know what it takes. We know we're paying for it with freed attention. Okay, face, nose, And breath. We've done it before. Face, nose, breath. Somewhere in the movement of this special type of attention and the depth thereof lies the secret, even more secret that we already discovered. Hence, we have deepening. And the deeper the feeling, the better we can grasp that area, and the better, easier we can use it for modulating this amazing reality. Yeah, let's hop over to the eyes. Let's focus on the nose, the breath, and the eyes at the same time. And kind of relax into it. Every time I take a step, I reaffirm my power. I reaffirm it with great, great, great appreciation of my life. Ooh, this too is my life. This too is my queendom. God rested every seventh day. We might rest every 2 days. We are lazier. Again, let's not be surprised that this type of activity called deepening is the least popular thing to do for the contrast mind. That's why we kind of leave it for a little bit later, right? But it's nice to hang out with a wonderful group of friends, have fun, drink a beer, and I'm focusing on my nose and my eyes. Haha. I wonder what magic does show up, right? I'm gonna deepen the feeling in my eyes. I feel the eyeballs, right? If you cross-eyed, it's easier. So every time a breath goes through my nose, it deepens the feeling. We have done it before. Full focus on the eyeballs. We have a clear intention of deepening it. And the breath takes it deeper and deeper and deeper. I can hit the back of the head. And I keep my focus, I keep my attention on the eyeballs and the depth of it. Ah, it's like these two belong to my kingdom. This too represents my personal power, a piece of it that I am now freely modulating. And my attention did not come off the eyes and the depth as it reaches the back of the head. Is deepening, reaffirming. I keep repeating these things because it's important for us to hear it 1,000 times. Okay, haladida. Now we touch the back of the head. Now we're gonna feel the back of the head. The whole thing. Again, we're having fun. My attention is on the back of the head and the deepened version of the eyes. And what's the next step? Stay there. We go, ah. It's like the queen has arrived to that point too. Deeply, fully engaged. Deeply, fully, easily, we can modulate these kinesthetically driven, freed attentions. They are freed attentions, but the characteristic of it, depending on the source, is going to be slightly different. What difference? We don't really need to know at this point. It's just, it's different. Okay. We drive the attention in the top of the head. And look how easy it is now to drive the attention because we are deeper. Consciously, deliberately, deeper. Deepening. Top of the head, back of the head. Ah. Nice. The breath moving through the nose, making this dynamic. My attention is still back of the head, top of the head. It could also include the feeling through the eyes. Feeling through the eyes, back of the head, top of the head. This too is mine. Again, when I say mine, it's not the same as egotistically say this is mine. I have the title. My responsibility, let's say. Eyes, back of the head, top of the head. Again, words come up like thank you or grateful or all those are really welcomed, those kind of expressions, sentences, if they come up. My focus is on the air going through the nose. Remember, we have a special place there. Inside the eyes, inside the nose is my attention. This is what we call spiritual nose picking. Don't pick your nose. And then the enjoyment becomes even better than before. And then we enjoy the joy. Enjoying the joy, my attention remains the nose, the eyes, the back of the head, top of the head. It's a lot of the work to do all that focus, so we got to relax onto it. Read attention is the difference between enlightenment or not. Obviously, everyone here has freed attention. When the mind is running, that's the proof that there isn't any. Showing the joy, eyes, nose, back of the head, top of the head. Those parts of us have been striving, I'm not sure it's the right word, for attention, been thirsty for a long time for attention. Universe, God does not understand why we're not paying attention to super important parts of ourselves. A simple thank you, God, or something like that. And again, when we stop there, nose, back of the head, eyes, top of the head, we're definitely pushing the envelope in the right place. Adam was yawning. It's another page in the dictionary. Every knowledge is inside, and the combination knowledge about stuff is in the combination attentions and the subsequent appreciation of it. And it's wonderful that we are doing it together because it's easier. Okay, I place my attention on my ears. And my intention is that every time I take a breath through the nose, which is already the super enjoyable breath called the saint, I'm allowing breathing through the ears, ear canal, and everything else. So I like dig a very deep tunnel inside the head horizontally. And when the two lines kind of touch each other, you can tell it because you can feel it in your throat. So we have the ear canal, the eyes. We have the ear canal, the back of the head. They are like different areas. It's like different theaters of engagement. Ear canal and top of my head. It feels like, seem like, look like we're making love to every part of ourselves, which we have not done before. Haha. And the result of this lovemaking is anchoring, nailing down this level of consciousness, the revitalization of the body, the spirit, the soul, however you want to call it, right? The revitalization of the wisdom that's buried there. Because at this time, we're not in a hurry, we're listening. Every part of us want to be made love to and listened to. Come to think of it, it's very much like married couple or something. They enjoy the saint type of breath going through the ear canal. And I'm feeling that engagement in the throat. Ah, it's like your lover who you're making love to will not let you go until you used all the positions in the Kama Sutra. You know? Lesson for you, Adam. See?
What kind of
You're
beer
young.
are you, what exactly kind of beer are you drinking?
I don't know. I had too much schnapps. Yeah, actually.
I understood very well the metaphor.
Oh, sure, of course. That's why your name is Moksha. It kind of sounds crazy or weird, but they are very good. They are very good examples and metaphors because they point right at what we're doing. Ah. Okay, I jump from my depth of the ears and breath to my face. Feel the face. Notice that immediately the feeling is deep. It's like we feel every square millimeter on the face. I feel my face, my nose, top of the head, ear canal, back of the head. Ah. The breath through the nose seems to be sort of out front, fully engaged. The whole thing is shining. All parts that I have touched is now shining. The more the breath goes through all those parts, the more it shines. It shines because it's deep, and it also shines because we said so. We consistently use our intentions. So we nail down this automated knowledge that our intentions is it. The angular world works with intentions. Things happen because of intentions. We program ourselves or fresh cut angels with intention. Everything is intention. So the skill of setting intentions with different theater of engagement parts is exceptionally important. So we're used to setting intentions. Let's say you're a queen and you inherited the whole kingdom, and then you don't know what the hell is going on, but I own this whole thing. So you find a nice forest, I don't know, Sherwood Forest. It's all mine. I make love to it, it's all mine. Oh, thank you. And then you travel and find a big, big open space full of horses and animals and barns. You look at it, you make it shine, and it's all during under my jurisdiction. I'm gonna set intentions from here as well. These are great metaphors because we're doing the same thing, visiting the kingdom that we inherited, but we were totally ignorant that we inherited. People talk about it as a concept, but that doesn't mean anything, right? And then the queen keeps traveling and sees a big bluff or the ocean, or I guess the cliffs of Dover if you're in England. And that too. Those places, those jurisdictions were really hungry for our attention. And the hope of those areas is that we will be setting intentions from those places. They want to be useful. Okay, I feel my neck, whole neck, and the jaw. I feel my underarm. It's a good start, and the whole magic wand. And every place we visited so far is shining. The face, the nose, the breath, the eyes, oops, the ear canal, oops, back of the head, top of the head, jaw, mouth. We left the mouth. We jump over to feel the whole mouth so it won't get jealous. Lips, gum. Gum is very important. Tongue. Feel my whole head, my neck, eyes, ears, comes everything, and the magic wand. Ah, it's like, oh my God, I'm discovering my inheritance. And this has only been an hour. Yahoo! How many gold mines and diamond mines are there? And fresh waters and perfect things that I've yet to discover and put my stamp on it, make love to it, nail it down. It wants to be nailed down. It's been neglected for a long time. It doesn't want to wait much longer. Um, everything is shining. We can put ourselves in a prayer mode. And this is just one way. It's a very good way of telling the universe that we're in a prayer mode. Since it's been used, it has been used for a long time, it's still being used. It has a critical mass. So we also use this. All those things are shining. We're breathing through the joy of breath, enjoying the joy of breath all through those things, and they are all shining. Just being here together like this, in this level, in this depth, is like a revolution in consciousness. We're being a rebel just by being. Everything is being in a shining mode, and deep, deep, deep gratefulness and appreciation for our life, a reaffirmation of all the perfection. And let this be the default. This is the default of my prayerful life, moment to moment. Prayerful life simply means that keep setting intentions as a master does. We don't question things, we don't analyze things, we set intentions. If you're a queen, you might say, let the peasants set, let the peasants do those analytical things. My job is to set intentions. A very nice way to calm the system into this pleasure is this breath of in and out here. So our intention is to have this as a default every day, every moment, every hour of our life. We want to be reminded that all we have to do is set intentions on the top of this. And being in here, greatly appreciate this, to have an amazing future. Assuming the mind remains the mind, we'll have a future. This is what determines our destiny. Thoughts are very, very secondary. I hope we all feel this tremendous, deeply engaged joy everywhere. This is the beginning of what we call deepening. Highly, highly recommended to re-look at this tape frequently, please. Benefits are amazing. Really nice. Really nice. Wow. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's really nice to hang out with you guys. Let's do an international hug.
Oh.
I can't believe that Frode have the same shirt.
I
No.
sent him an email.
Yeah, you did. You made a picture, right? Yeah, I know. Maybe it was on sale, and then we, went to the same store.
Yeah. Forrest Gump.
Okay, lots of love to you guys. Take care.
This was
See you
awesome.
next time. Oh, that was Ildiko
Where?
next to Ada.
Oh,
For a second.
I missed it. See you next week. Have a great one.